Alright, so welcome back. So in this video we're actually using App Inventor. MIT has created this software program you can build apps. And it's a really great program. So this is the designer area where you design the look of your app. And in this case I've already kind of set the screen up to be in horizontal mode here, where it's kind of shaped this way because we're going to build a piano. And then you can go to the blocks and you can actually code your program there. Now for me right now I'm just going to focus on the design of our piano that we're going to build. So let's go ahead and get started. So what we want to do is I want on this screen to have probably 10 different notes that I'm going to have. And actually if you scroll down, I've already kind of we've downloaded the notes that we're going to play. So we have 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We can add on more here if we want. We're going to start with, let's just do 8 of them for right now. And so we're going to create these notes across here, so when you're on your tablet or cell phone, you can tap on those and they'd play a note. Okay, so this happens to be just first screen. We're not going to add any other screens, but we're going to go ahead and first start. We're going to drag out this horizontal arrangement. So we're going to go ahead and drag this out over here. And we're going to keep this on our screen so we can see that it's over here now. Okay, you actually will not see this on the background, but this is just kind of, so we're going to have different keys placed along here in this horizontal arrangement. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is we obviously want to have this incorporate the entire screen here, right? So we're going to change the height of the horizontal arrangement to, let's go down here, let's kind of tinker with this. Now you see right here we have height is automatic and width is automatic. Well, we for sure want the width to fill the entire thing. So we want it to fill this entire thing. So let's go ahead and just fill parent, and you can see it stretches from side to side. And let's try, now if we did height fill parent, it's actually going to fill up the entire thing. Let's just give that a try and see what that looks like. Which we could do that. Maybe we'll leave it as that. Let's try actually what 50% looks like, because maybe we don't want to have our keys stretch the entire width of this. Okay, that actually probably looks better. So this is going to fill just the top of the screen here. Okay, so now the next thing that we need to do is we need to actually bring out some buttons, and we're going to bring out 8 of them like I had said earlier. Oops. We want to bring one here, 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 and I don't think it'll let me. Actually, I'm going to hold off on this one, because what I want to do is I want to fit all these on here, obviously. And so if we go over to this area, we have button 1. Okay. And we're going to go ahead and change this button 1 around a little bit. Okay. So the first thing we need to do here is we do want this text, this button, we want to change the height of this. And we're going to tell it that we want to actually fill parent. So it's going to stretch this way. And then the width, now we're going to have 8 buttons. So to get to 100%, we have to probably do like 8 times, 12, 13, 12, and then 0.5, I believe, is what would get us there. But we're just going to make it 10% because, or no, not height, width right here. So let's make this just 10%. And you can see that what that does right there. Now, we don't want it to be button 1, right? So we're going to rename this, and we will call it C. So that changes the name there, but it doesn't change the name there for us. So now what we want to do is we want to go over here, and here's the text for button 1, and we're going to say it's going to be C. Okay. So that, and I'm going to hit enter to apply it, and there's C. Okay, now I have not played the piano very much in my life, but I have been told that it does C, D, E, F, G, A, B, and then high C. Something like that, right? So let's go ahead, and our next one is going to be D, so let's go ahead and rename this one. We'll call this D. And let's go ahead and change the name of it to D. And then let's go ahead and change our height, which we're going to do fill parent. And our width, we're going to say a percentage, we're going to say 10%. What'll be nice about that is we're going to leave a little bit in between each one of these. Okay, so now button 3, we need to do E. And then we're going to change button 3 to E. I'm going to change the height. We'll do fill parent. And we'll do the width. And we'll do 10%. Now it's also not a bad idea at this time where you can also change the colors if you want of these. So perhaps we want to make this like red and this blue and green just to kind of separate them out. It would be a good idea. So let's go ahead and do that now. So let's go back to our button C here. Now notice if I click this, oh, it does allow me to click that too. So you can either select them over here or you can select them here. So we're going to select C, and I'm going to change the background color for this key. So I guess we'll make it red. Okay, then we're going to go to D, and let's make that like a yellow. Maybe we have orange. We'll do orange. Again, we'll do this one yellow. And now I actually have to move on to this one, right? So now this is C, D, E, and then this is going to be F. So let's rename that first. And then this will be F. And then what we want to do now, there's without any changes, so let's go ahead and change the height. We'll do fill parent, we'll do the width, and we'll say that's a percentage. You could do pixels, you could do automatic is probably not a good option because you really want to control exactly what it's going to look like. So we'll just do 10. That's 4, let's do 5. And this one's going to be G, so let's rename this G. And we'll go over here, again, fill parent. We'll do 10. And we'll change the name of this to G. Okay. So now this one, let's change this to, really could be anything. We'll do, how about a magenta? Sure. Then let's do, actually let's, yeah, we'll leave it as magenta. Let's go ahead and change G. We'll do blue. Now, notice the blue with this doesn't show up very well, but you can go over here to text color, and we can change the text color, and we'll make it, instead of none, we'll change it to white or black the way it was. See that? And you can edit these as well if you needed to, if they don't look good. You can also bold it as well, although I think it looks best that way. Now I need to add in a few more because I got 5, but I just didn't have room for the others. So let's go ahead, drag in another button, drag in another button. Let's go ahead and work on these. So we got G. This one is going to be A. Same thing here. And we have height, which is fill parent. And we have width, that is 10%. And let's change that color as well. Let's change that to, we'll do cayenne. And then this one, this is B. So we'll rename it here. Now if you choose and you want to rename these to something else, you absolutely can. Since they're going to be notes, you could do C note, D note, E note, you know, whatever those that you want them to be. I just left them as letters, but you can really change them to whatever you want. Okay, and then we're going to change the name here. And actually, eventually, we could add images to these if we wanted to as well, which is really kind of a cool feature. And what did we want B to be? We've done most of these. But green. And, you know, again, if you don't like the order, you can change them. So let's add one more. This is our 8th one, and we're going to name this a high C. Oops. Yeah, that should work. Change this to fill parent again. We change the width 10%. And then this one we want to make a different color as well. Have it stand out. So we'll do pink. Alright. So there's our screen with all of our buttons. It seems to work pretty good. Now maybe I could change these down a little bit, make them more like 8%, something like that, but I think that looks pretty good for right now. So 3, 6, yep, we got 8 of them. That's very good. Now there's other options on here for you too. Like if you wanted to, you don't necessarily have to keep the font size. We could make this bigger because it's, you know, size 14. We could make this as, you know, if they wanted to make them fill this more, we could. Doesn't necessarily have to. You could change the different font. Now they only give you 3 here, but you could change that. And again, you could add an image or even the shape if you wanted to. But in this case, we're just going to leave this for right now for this part of our video. Alright, so our next video is we're going to start looking at how to take these and actually attach sounds to them. That'll be in our next video. Alright. Hopefully that helps you with your coding and you learned a little bit about App Inventor. It really is a great program. Lots of things you can do with it. And we'll go through all these over time. So, alright, hopefully that helps you with your coding. Good luck.